Count Dooku's lightsaber is one of the most famous inside of Star Wars, both inside of the universe and without it. Maybe as far as popularity, it's only second to the Skywalker Legacy lightsaber itself. Many know about the functionality of Count Dooku's curved tilted lightsaber, and we will touch on that in this video, but I wanted to talk more about the history behind this now iconic weapon, and more than this, the reaction of various Jedi Masters on the Council to Dooku's creation of this weapon. Most namely, Grandmaster Yoda himself, the Jedi Master directly above Dooku. There's a very common misconception with Count Dooku's lightsaber, that being that he created it when he constructed his first ever lightsaber as a Jedi Padawan. What is common for most Jedi Padawans is they actually create their lightsabers before they're ever selected by a Jedi Master to be trained. We actually got to witness this in the Clone Wars TV series. What's interesting though is although Dooku at a very young age was skilled, he didn't even really know about the curved tilted lightsaber until much later on. And this is why Count Dooku's first lightsaber was not actually a curved tilted variant. In fact, during all of Dooku's time as a Jedi Padawan as well as a Jedi Knight, he wielded a standard lightsaber with a blue blade. Another common misconception is that Dooku actually constructed the curved tilted lightsaber after he became a Sith Lord and fell to the dark side of the Force. In fact, another part of the Star Wars mythos that has been proven incorrect both in canon and in legends. In fact, Count Dooku created his curved tilted lightsaber when he ascended to the rank of a Jedi Master. It's actually common for most Jedi when they ascend to the rank of Master or become a council member to reconstruct their lightsabers. We've seen this time and time again, most famously with Jedi such as Mace Windu, who created a brand new lightsaber hilt after he became a council member. The same actually occurred with Dooku, although he served on the Jedi Council for far less time than Mace Windu did. Instead of being flashy with his new lightsaber though, he simply changed it to the curved hilt variety, something that was actually extremely uncommon for the Jedi of this time period. The reason for this is actually extremely interesting in its own right. During the era of Dooku and during his training as a Jedi Knight, blade-to-blade lightsaber combat was exceptionally rare in the Star Wars galaxy. Again, at least for this time period. The major reason for this is the only real force-wielding threat of the Jedi were other Jedi, or fallen Jedi, or what the Jedi referred to them as Dark Jedi. The Sith during this era are very much still in hiding, therefore lightsaber combat is a rarity among the Jedi. This is why when Dooku constructed a lightsaber specifically aimed at lightsaber combat, Yoda was a bit confused and maybe even concerned for his former Padawan. Yoda could see that although it wasn't a direct indication that Dooku loved combat, Yoda in truth had always realized that Dooku was a very aggressive Jedi, and a master of the unconventional, which his lightsaber then signified after he became a Jedi Master. Something else interesting about Count Dooku's lightsaber is he didn't learn of its creation from another Jedi Master. He actually learned about the curved tilted design from ancient Jedi texts. Dooku constructed what many considered to be an ancient design of a lightsaber, and was in the heyday of blade-to-blade lightsaber combat, as well as the prime of Dooku's favored lightsaber form, Form 2 Makashi, which is the form specifically tailored for lightsaber combat. Something else unique about Count Dooku's lightsaber is just like Darth Vader's, he could actually change its blade length at will, meaning with the switch of a button, the lightsaber length would instantly be shortened or elongated. Again, this design was something that slightly worried Yoda, as it wasn't a direct indication that Dooku was foiling with the dark side of the Force, but it was somewhat of a roundabout way. Yoda could tell that something was off with Count Dooku as he formed a lightsaber specifically for a purpose that Yoda really saw no need. Yoda was also curious about the lightsaber as it held no similarities with Dooku's first lightsaber. In fact, it was completely different, and also had no similarities of Yoda's own lightsaber. This being something that was extremely rare among the Jedi, as most Jedi Masters constructed their lightsabers after the design of their own master. And again, strangely enough, Yoda saw no similarities with his own lightsaber to Dooku's. I've always kind of looked at Dooku's construction of his curved tilted lightsaber as sort of his first step into the gray nature of the Force. It's not an outright sign that he's turning to the dark side, but it is worrisome, just as it was for Yoda. But I just wanted to make this video to explain some backstory on the history of Count Dooku's lightsaber, and why it actually somewhat worried Yoda as well as other members of the Jedi Council. But what are your guys' thoughts about this, and this aspect and history of Count Dooku's lightsaber? And if you were Count Dooku's Jedi Master, do you think that this would signify that something was wrong with Jedi Dooku? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching this video. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.